Early on, one of the biggest issues with establishing hemp once again is probably cutworm activity in the hemp early seeded. So again, proper scouting, making sure you scout your hills. That seems to be where cutworms are mostly found. They don't like there to be in that moist soil. They like to clip the hemp. It's very attractive to them that they'll clip it off. And so you do need to take a fair bit of action if economic thresholds are more than what are there. Other than that, other insects such as flea beetles, armyworm, grasshoppers really don't seem to cause much of an effect on hemp itself. They seem to, there's obviously a lot of foliage that they'll feed on. We don't see anything in the plots here today. They'll feed on that foliage and either just die a happy grasshopper or hop away a very full grasshopper. So again, not really an economic threshold determined there yet. There's always a certain amount of leaf diseases, and we can see if we go in, there's septoria. Again, with the amount of foliage and the amount of chlorophyll that's absorbing all that energy from the sun, generally speaking, not a huge issue. Where we do run into an issue is a little bit later in the season here, where it is a host for Sclerotinia botrytis, and so that can be an issue. Now in Western Canada, I've yet to really see a complete disaster in hemp with regards to Sclerotinia or botrytis. However, the more it's in the rotation, I think that we need to be prepared for that day to come. And I have seen some pictures of fields in the US where higher humidity, etc., maybe tighter rotations with soybeans and stuff, another host causes issues. So that goes back to variety issues also. Some varieties have a little bit more susceptibility to Sclerotinia, so do a little bit of homework there. No fungicides are registered at this point in time, so really it's just crop management. And we found that seeding a little bit later helps break up that disease cycle a little bit, and so that is a benefit again, so seeding later. In this case, we did go with a pre-seed burn off with glyphosate, and then kind of utilize the crop to grow and suppress the weeds on its own. On a field scale basis, there are options. We have minor use on a couple. We have minor use on edge, which is ethafluralin. That can be applied previous to the crop being planted. Assure 2 is registered across Canada for both grain and fiber varieties, so that can be used. And we are working on some other additional broadleaf products that we hope to have registered in the not too distant future. So again, the toolbox is fairly sparse there. You got a crescent wrench essentially to help you with some of those weed control issues, but utilize the crop's potential to suppress weeds to its fulfillment. Again, by the earlier stuff that we discussed with regards to seeding date, seeding depth, and seeding into good moisture.